All right. Welcome to Wednesday. I love Wednesdays. I get to start like my Zoom calls at I don't know what time it was. Anyway, this might not be coffee this time. It just might not. Just saying. So here's the deal. We found out that the big orange guy down south doesn't know how to sell a Bible. This guy still getting airtime on the 21-second delay. And most recently known for the thing that might freak out some real estate agents on the call is the CERB payment. If you maybe made some money, they're going to want that back. And if I was the general population, I'd be saying, hey, let's not have CRA do that. Let's not have the tax guys in charge of that. Let's just do the government thing. I'll take the jail time. It'll be all good. Anyway. So yeah, pay attention to talk to your accountant. That's what I'm going to say. When all fails, talk to your accountant. Cool. We found out that the NBA and just released this morning, the MLS are going to be starting their tournament season at Disney World, which goes to show that no matter what, Disney still rules the world. That's the way that works. You can come through COVID, you can do whatever you want. Disney still rules the freaking world. They will be okay. I'm happy about that. No word on the NFL, or the NFL looks like they're going to do a shortened season. And I'm just a little excited to watch some freaking sports. I've been watching NASCAR just because I watched NASCAR before. Come on, let's not lie about it. But the NHL is looking for a host city. Apparently we're too concerned about the COVID thing. So anyway, what else happened is we had a weird viral video hit this morning. I just saw this, so I thought I'd share it. Hashtag bath with your mask on is what I'm going with on that one. Bath with your mask on. Come on. You gotta like that one. Yes, the video that Josh and Elvin shot in Lucky's house. We're just all over this thing. So we need a KW logo. Next time we do this, guys, KW logos all over the place. Just hide them. Put them MREA books on the counter. Something. Do it. Product placement. And big applause. That was loud. We did it. We flattened the curve. We've had like no new deaths in like 4 days. We've done really, really well on not doing the things that are causing COVID to spread like you see throughout the different places in the States. By the way, we're number 17 country-wise on the world ranking list. Yeah, I look at this stuff. So we just got passed by Pakistan. So, and Mexico's ahead of us and some other place I forgot. So we're doing good. We're almost out of the top 20. So good job. So that means we can go back to normal, right? That means we can go back to do everything. It's the ABC. We can do, no, not so much. So the deal is still keep calm and stay away from me unless you're in my circle of influence, unless you're in my circle of friends. We're all supposed to still, okay, Josh, we're all supposed to stay 6 feet apart still. We're not supposed to do any strange, weird travel. And I got a hankering to go to the island all of a sudden. So, whatever you do. By the way, if I go to the island, I have to wear a mask while sitting in my vehicle, which makes no sense to me. So it's protecting me from me. And I just get to smell over and over again what I've had for lunch. So that's fantastic. We are still very much in the COVID mode. So we've got that crisis with the danger and opportunity. As you guys are coming out of this thing, as you're getting back into doing your business, what activities are you going to do that are going to help you ramp up your revenue? That's the question, right? If you've been a hide your head in the sander, not the sander in the sand, hiding your head in the sander would hurt. Just saying. So yeah, if you're a person who hasn't really dove back into your business yet, maybe it's time to pay attention and get rolling. Pick up the phone, call your database, go drop off a flyer. This is the one time in real estate history that I will say drop off a flyer without knocking on a door. Because what the heck? It's something to read. We're all hankering for something to do still. So it's a great time to get back. This is where we started with. Call your database, call agents in our office and work out your networking. Find out how people are doing. Just reach out and touch somebody. Not physically, of course. We're not allowed to do that yet. Hugs are still illegal. Call agents you've done business with out in the market. We've had some great expansion over the last 2 months. So there's a lot of people that like our business model, which is pretty cool. And the script is, how you doing? Is there anything you need? What's your biggest challenge right now? What are you doing to get back into business? That's the question you should probably be asking yourself. And how can you help? That's it. Keep it simple. It's still the COVID script. So the big question is, what are you doing to get back into business? So what are you doing on a day-to-day basis to start getting back in the habit of selling real estate? Because that's what you need to be doing. That's what you should have been doing all along, quite frankly. But we're all human. And Netflix. was there. So the tools are still available to you. KW Connect, amazing videos on there. Like if you guys haven't logged on to KW Connect lately, you're missing out. Way better than Tiger King. Shift, MREA, maps coaching, all kinds of stuff. What's really interesting with some of the big teams that have joined us lately and some of the agents that have joined, their take on command and their take on maps coaching and their take on the onboarding process are totally different than guys who've been around here for 10 years because it's new and shiny and very, very exciting. And they freaking love command. It's crazy. Love it. So that was Joel, by the way, walking through the mirror. Yeah, we're home today. So yeah, dive in and get to know what the newbies are checking out too. All right. Command, it's getting there. And this is how we've set Naomi's going to cringe. We've set a date for September 1 to get to transactions in command so that we are 100% operating our business through command, which means we are more equipped, sure, to help you run your business through command. So step 1, contacts. Step 2, contacts. Step 3, contacts. There's no reason why you should not have at least 100 contacts in command. Help us help you. Help us help you. Bold Pivot coming back. It was so much fun the first time with 41,000 people around the planet. It was the social distancing success of the universe. So it's coming back on July 14th. New trainers, new content. They've adjusted, more interaction, which is pretty cool. There were some big kahunas on there for training. Cody Gibson did 3 or 4 sessions. Like some guy named Gary Keller popped on and did some training, which is pretty cool. So yeah, like huge opportunity for $99. You can put it on your staff account. If you messaged me earlier and said, "Hey, Ron, bill me for Bold Pivot," can you send me or Carla or Naomi an email and just double check that because I might have missed some stuff. And I'll just sign y'all up. It's all good. Y'all should be there. It was really cool. Bottom line, our top story, it's you guys. So this is the one we go through the stats. We talk about how good we're doing, where we could use some improvement, and who the rock stars are. So end of the day, keep calm and sell real estate. Do the basics. Follow the MREA. It's all good. Cool. Terry's saying nice things about me via Wieners. So I had to read that. Totally distracted me and threw me off. Hello, Gary. So here's where we're sitting. Agent count was up 5%. Closed units. Look at these numbers, up 26%. We'll ignore the red stuff for now, but listings sold up 71%. Up 71%. That's crazy. In these trying times. That's kind of awesome. Closed GCI was up 28%. Those, of course, now you guys know your business, so it's 30, 60, 90 days later. So this is revenue that we saw where the really you put in the funnel 90 days ago. Average sale price is actually up. Call it flat. It was like actually 0.4%, but I don't like decimals. Owner profit, of course, down and profit share down because we are doing the right things for this business and we've been banking the COVID fund so that we are prepared for the hangover, which is coming. July and August are the COVID hangover months. So if you want to make sure that you are prepared, it's nice when your 20-something son laughs at your jokes, gives you validation. Of course, the ones that are in the red, listings taken, not as bad as we thought it was going to be. But listings are gold right now. Like if you're not out there just hammering the frickin' streets in your database saying who wants to list their house, what's going to happen is the market's going to go nuts again. We're seeing multiple offers. We're seeing people doing crazy pricing strategies, listing $150,000 below assessed, not below market value, below assessed value. That's just either awesome or stupid, one of the two. So I keep equating it to the listing, starting a listing for your Rolex watch at 99 cents on eBay, right? You get that frothing mass. And of course, now you have to keep track of every single one of those offers. Cool. So I recommend pricing it within the window, but you guys are the experts. So listings is the one thing you should be concentrating on right now. Talk to people about the market. Talk to people about their insecurities about the market and why they should list their property now, because who the heck knows what it's going to be 60 days from now. And we're all in this false sense of calm. It's like, yeah, COVID's over. We're all good. Let's go have a party. We can't do that stuff right now. I was going to swear there for a sec. We're still not there yet. And we really don't know what's going to happen. When you look at Florida, when you look at California, states that have opened up, it's kind of our best example and closest to home, they're spiking again. So who knows that in September, when we're all supposed to be back to the new normal, that shit's going to go sideways again and we're going to go back to lockdown. So prepare now. Get your clients listing their property. If I could give you one piece of advice, what would it be? Go get listings. Cool. All right. That's enough of that stuff. Let's talk about what people did. So here's the Elite Awards for May. Top individuals, number 1, Rob. Number 2, Gary. Number 3, Julie German. Awesome. Good job, German. And Tom Harvey at number 5. Top teams, Nikki and Brian. Go 222. The Huber team, the Omni Real Estate Group, Krista Lap team. That's brand new. Krista used to be independent. Now she's a team. She expanded. And Lucky and Rimpy. Cool. Which sounds like a cartoon show. I got to say, the Lucky and Rimpy show. I would watch that. Top groups, Partners Marketing Group, Garvin Duma, the McNabbs, which goes to show that you can go to the Okanagan, play with your kids, and still sell real estate. Cool. The Market Real Estate Group, or Market, and the Kelly Fry team for written volume. So number 1, Rob. Number 2, Julie. Number 3, Garvin. So same kind of list. Gary Badisha, Devin Ainsworth, few new names on there. Top teams, Nikki and Brian, Huber team, uncapitalized. I have to have a typo. It's just the way it goes. Sorry, Mike. The Omni Real Estate Group, Krista Lap team, and Lucky and Ruby show again. And then the top groups, Partners, McNabbs, Kelly Fry, Garbett Duma, and Poe Real Estate. Goes to prove you can have a baby. 19 kids running around and still sell real estate. Cool. And then the Elite GCI, people who made the most bucks for the month of May. Mr. Breckold, number 1 in all categories. The trifecta. Gail Beck, awesome. Good job. Renee Sadu, Julie Ramirez, and Mr. Scott Leaf. Top teams, Nikki and Brian. The Uber team, capitalized this time. The Omni Real Estate, Mazara Marshall, Bastion Group, never heard of them. And top groups, I got to say, it does drive me nuts when we have groups that are in the team category and teams that are in the group category. We should change everybody's name to match the category to suit us. I think it makes sense. Partners Marketing Group, Garvett and Duma, the McNabbs, Real City Group, and the Kelly Fry team. So congrats to everybody. To help you guys ramp up, we got a lot of names and stuff to read out this time. So if I'm talking fast, just turn up your hearing aids. It'll be fine. We have the bingo contest going. Has anybody got bingo yet? I haven't got a message. Send me bingo. Let me know you won something. I have prizes we need to draw. They're filling up my office. I've got stuff everywhere. It's crazy. We cleaned out closets. You don't know what you're going to get. It's going to be awesome, though. So complete a line, do some stuff that builds your business. They're all simple little things you can do. If you get a blackout, which is 100% of the card, we're going to buy you a ticket to Mega Camp. Virtual Mega Camp. No travel required. By the way, on this note, so every year there's an event that happens called Spring Masterminds. It happens in the spring. And usually you have to travel to a spa and hang out and be in shape and stuff like that and have a brain. This one we did this year, or Keller Williams did this year virtually. And so it was a bit of a snapshot for Mega Camp. And it was awesome. 6,000 people. Normally they have a few hundred. 6,000 people online, breakout sessions at a really, really high level yesterday for leadership and all day for agents. The feedback has been phenomenal. So we're estimating that Mega Camp is going to be a similar format. And you should just make sure you're there. The easiest way to do it, the cheapest way to do it, the freest way to do it, complete a freaking bingo card. It's fun. If you've never played bingo before, I know several seniors homes that can teach you. All right. Welcome a few people. The Thornton Group have joined us. So Colin and Greg at long last have made the switch to KW, much to the dismay of their previous place. And I just got to say, we love having Colin because of his professional real estate career. And maybe because of his culinary abilities. We're all going to gain 25 pounds because Colin Thornton is part of our brokerage now. Barbecues are going to be through the roof. We're smoking everything. Homemade pasta for everybody. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, and he sells a few houses, so that's pretty cool. So welcome them. If you haven't already, they've been all over social media saying how excited they are to be here. So make sure you're liking, posting, give them a call, and make them feel welcome. Cool. Good stuff, huh? All right. So go find the motivated, go find the opportunity. It's the same battle cry. The motivated people are out there. We were sitting in the Surrey office yesterday, 6 feet apart. I actually shook somebody's hand yesterday and I didn't know what to do. I totally forgot. I shook somebody's hand and went, you run to the hand sanitizer and you just, nobody exploded though. It was good. So we're okay. Go find the motivated, go find the opportunity. The motivated people are out there. You just need to find them. You need to talk to them. The way you find them is you talk to them. You make the calls and say, hey, how you doing? What are you working on? How are you getting back in your business? What are you guys feeling right now? What's happening? Talk about your feelings. Don't do that. It's weird. And now, Josh and Michael.
Hello. Yeah, we're here.
You got to
Well,
be you.
Here and unmuted.
Cool. Go crazy.
Michael.
Yes, sir.
What is new in the world of managing brokering?
Well, a lot of times I like to touch on kind of experience that I run into with our agents over the last week. Some of them are kind of repetitive lately. As we all are aware, the market is not dead. There are many properties that are going with multiple offers. So those that are really watching the market closely will adhere to that and see that's happening out there. So some of the things to be careful of, accepted offers and backup offers. Any proposed amendment to an original accepted offer where there's a backup contract in place should be approached with caution. You have to be really careful with those that you don't get yourself into trouble and end up possibly with two accepted offers, which we've almost run into a couple of times in the last month. There's always a lot of questions when you have that subject to the seller ceasing to be obligated by the previously accepted offer by such a date. Are there opportunities for that initial offer in place to make changes? And the other agent thinking that now that you've made a change that now that should invoke their position, place in line to first. So you have to be really cautious doing that. I mean, if there needs to be changes in that initial offer, advise your clients to seek legal advice. Quite frequently, we see minor changes in that initially accepted offer that doesn't really change the offer. That can be allowed, but again, like I said, seek legal advice with those. We're starting to see, again, I think I talked about it last week. We talked about subject to the sale offers with 48-hour clauses. And we're talking about it again this week because I keep getting calls on it. With the active market we have, in my opinion, if I was representing a seller, I might accept a subject to the sale offer with a flat 24 or 48-hour clause. With the wording that you have to be careful of, like we talked about last week again, that we're seeing a couple offers where it says subject to the seller, subject to the buyer, selling their property located at on and on and on. It goes and they say they only refer to that clause in the 48-hour removal. So what happens is if your clients are interested, they write, and then the other agent tells you, well, by the way, they still have X number of days to perform their inspection and their title and their disclosure and all the other things that are in place before those people have a chance to even step into the fray. If it was me right now, I would force removal of all subjects within 48 hours or 24 hours. And either the buyers can perform or they can't, rather than keeping things open with that initial offer. And if that initial offer collapses, are the second buyers still there? Or have they left and have they moved on? Because we're still looking at very limited product. I think that it gives us the opportunity to tighten those deals up, especially when we're working with the sellers on the listing side.
Michael, if I could interject, I think because these are tricky waters when we're talking about whether it be subject to sale or buyers. They're easy enough to get into, but it requires a degree of skill and finesse on knowing how to get yourself, how you unravel an accepted offer. The first offer collapses, or if you get bumped and you have to bump somebody, what kind of notices do you have to deliver? This to me sounds like, this wasn't intended to put you on the spot, but it sounds like it would be a great opportunity for a masterclass and mastermind to really dig in on just those two topics, backup offers and subject to sale offers. I genuinely believe that we could improve and raise the level of awareness around them for all agents in our office. I bet you it'd be a really good 2-hour masterclass. I don't know if there's an appetite in the room right now. There's 28 people here. If you guys think that that's of interest, by all means, just say yes in the chat group. But Michael, I would love to have you in on it, and then I would be happy to be there as well too.
Yeah, it just seems to be a couple of items that I find week after week. I'm getting question after question. And of course, we always have this group of people, and I see a lot of the same names every week, and it seems like we're always preaching to the converted. And many of the people who I might hear from outside of this venue are not participating in a lot of the meetings we're having. So it would help.
Well, we can certainly record it and then jam it down their throats by way of an email or Facebook. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get it out. But for those that are converted, I'll bet you they're going to show up. Mainly because there's lots still to learn around it. There are subject to sale clauses that I've just recently, Aaron and I just wrote on a property that should we receive an offer on our place, we can then send notice back to the seller saying that they can't serve us anything while under contract with another offer. That is something that we need to educate, I believe, our agents with that particular wording in that clause as to why that exists and it can be. So I actually think maybe just a little bit of thought, write down a sketch out an outline for this masterclass, and then let's set a date. And Ron, maybe you and Carla can coordinate the date for when we could do this. But give us what, Michael, how much time would you need to prepare with me? A week or two?
Yeah, a week or two would be fine.
Sounds like
what
2 weeks.
You could do this like on Friday. Just joking. Anyway, yeah, 2 weeks is good. Yeah, I think it's going to be critical. I think it's going to be critical for us to identify the strange or the new in this market. It was interesting listening to the chat with a few of our agents about the pricing strategies that are being used right now, because they're not new, right? They were the exact same during the chaos of the boom, right? When multiple offers were coming in and everybody's buying properties with no inspection, no subjects, cash only, right? That's the market right now, which is weird. We've got this massive when the glory days were here in real estate versus the COVID, that the strategies are the same, right? So identifying anything, it's critical that we all keep in touch so that we can deliver the training that you want most. So if you've got ideas, throw them in the chat box.
I think in this reduced volume market that we're presently having with good listings, that buyer pool's been sitting there and all of a sudden they realize they only have one house to sort of that fits, many people's needs.
Yep.
And like you said, this is like a 2017, 2018 all over again.
Yep.
With people freaking out trying to get themselves in first place.
Back to listings. The time to list is now. Right? Maybe now. I think. Yeah. The best time to plant a tree is 300 years ago. The second best time is right frickin' now. Same thing with listings. Because I'm old like that. All right, cool. Any feedback on the changes that came down with CMHC?
Well, I do have a thought to add to that, but I also think we might have a mortgage broker in our group chat. But CMHC was the only insurance company that put those restrictions in place. Genworth did not, and I don't know the name of the third one. It's not a common name in my mind. But anyway, nonetheless, they did not. So there's two other insurance companies that are still business as usual the way it was before. So I don't think that's going to have a massive impact. Canada Guarantee. Thanks, Leslie.
She's a wealth of information.
Yeah, I saw her Googling. But that's a good question, because when it first came out, it was a ripple effect that caused a degree of panic, and justifiably so, because we didn't know where the other two were going to go. Well, Leslie's our mortgage broker, our in-house mortgage broker. Yeah, sorry. I see with one hat only. It's real estate agent. Sorry, Leslie. I'll have to fix my goggles. So that said, no, I don't see an impact. What are you guys as agents seeing? Is it had an impact or not at all? Yeah, I never really called for a live interactive part to this.
I know, question. Right? Yeah. Wait, what was that? Is that crickets? Is that crickets I hear? Yeah, so nothing. Good job. All right. Yeah. No, it's, I think from anything, it's what I see from an outsider's perspective is that how people latch on to any change and kind of go for about 5 minutes and then go, wait, this doesn't impact me at all.
Yeah.
Right. Same. which makes it, it's a little bit of cry wolf, makes it hard to differentiate from the things that we really should be freaking out about, right? Or paying attention to. Sorry, not freaking out. We should never freak out. Unless it's a clown, then freak out. Right. Okay, cool. Sorry. Josh, what are you doing with your listings right now? Like, so your business really hasn't slowed down? Wow. Slowed down a ton.
I think that's a word on Urban Dictionary. Slowing down is good. Yeah.
Slowing down. I loved them in the 90s. Slow. They were awesome. With Rat. So yeah, how are you approaching your market right now?
Well, with hair on fire, actually, it's freaking busy. And we, as a team, I mean, right now the team is mostly Gina and myself. Aaron is in recovery, and we're busy. We're doing most of our listing appointments. I mean, I say most. There's been one exception, but they're all being done like this, virtually, and through Zoom. I'm doing my evaluation through a shared screen on Zoom, and then usually when it's the presentation part is done, I switch to a phone call with them. And we go on and sign all electronically. So there's that. But for the most part, our listings are selling quickly. And if they're getting offers, we just had one where a deal fell apart. Unfortunately, that does happen. But it doesn't take long for another offer to come in and replace the one that just fell apart. So with listings, we're busy. When Aaron was on the team and when we had Katie, our Instagram opportunities were a lot better than they certainly are right now. So the marketing aspect is a little on the slower side when it's with me at the driver's seat, but that'll change shortly. But to a degree, I mean, apart from exposure, it certainly isn't hampering their abilities to sell. We're using lockboxes, and sometimes in person, I'm showing up as well too.
Okay. So if you could change one thing or do one thing differently in your business right now, what would it be to take more advantage of the current market?
But just marketing. It would literally be more on Instagram, be more present, understanding how Instagram stories work.
Right.
There are people, and I'm not quite sure what they even mean, but Facebook we're promoting on Facebook, and we're getting traction on Facebook. And I think it would just be capitalizing on the overall public perception that we're really quite busy, even though our listings are selling so fast. Yes, we're busy, but we really want that to last a little longer than a 7-day list and sell.
Gotcha.
If that makes any sense. Yeah.
Yep. The long tail. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I just like took over the interview. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves.
Well, I will say one thing. John Kemp's doing a virtual listing meeting today. Call it a meeting class today. And I think for those that are curious to know what does that world look like, he's going to put on a master class, no doubt, classy teaching for sure. So I dive in on that one. That'll be a good one for agents that are curious to know what is he doing and how is he presenting. That'll be slick. So
it's interesting for somebody who's come from a luxury market. During masterminds yesterday, there were a couple of luxury agents saying how their business has changed, because these are people who would, put the Lamborghini in the driveway, the ice sculpture in the swans in the pool, and sell their house, promote the properties that way. And those people those types of clients still want that white glove service. And now you're delivering it virtually without a physical open house. So and their business has actually increased. It's kind of crazy. Talking to the TLs back east this morning. So Ontario and Quebec, which is starting to loosen restrictions. Don't forget the dolphins in the fountain. You have to have dolphins in the fountain. Mine you have to blow them up first, but they're always there because they're inflatable. Anyway, they're saying the response since the market opened back up has been insane. So their agents are literally running like crazy, like you just said, hair on fire. So that's the right, Michael. So that's that's the thing to take advantage of. If it's going to happen here too, if you're not seeing it already. So get ready and get busy. Because you can't go to Mexico anyway, so you might as well sell real estate. Yeah, cool. All right, any parting words before I jump back into the last couple of slides?
None on my end. Just keep on selling. Yeah.
Go crazy. I like it. All right. About 5 more minutes of pomp and circumstance, and then we'll get you back on your day. Hold on. It's going to take a minute now. Dun, 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 dun. So many buttons, so little time.
I better check my watch.
Woo! There we go. Look at that. Cool. All right. So we're doing our awards banquet a little differently this year. We've been harping about it for a few weeks now. We've dialed in the time. We figure we can get this done in an hour because the jokes are not going to be any better. So we might as well take them out. So Thursday, that's tomorrow, June 11th, starting at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock is happy hour. Thus the 5 o'clock somewhere thing. So we're going to kick off with everybody grabbing a virtual beverage. We got you covered on that. We have our nominees received an invite over the last couple of weeks. So we're going to just get together and celebrate your success. Like we normally would. We'd usually be up in Westwood Plateau and getting together. This time we're going to have to do it online. So please join in. Here's the schedule-ish. We're going to pretend it's island time. Thus the tropical shirt. Huh? It's kind of my go-to. I'm a Margaritaville kind of guy. So it's finally coming home. So 4 o'clock is boat drink happy hour. Put on your tacky shirt, tacky tourist stuff. You don't have to. Don't wear pants. Don't wear socks. No socks. There are no socks allowed during this presentation. Southside. Top list, top selling agents. Crystal Lapp, John Kenny, Scott Lee, Seema Sood, Tom Harvey, Trevor Street. Give them a round of applause. You can clap in your houses. It'll be weird. Your dogs will look at you like, what are you doing? The Bastion Group for top listing teams. Bath Mackay, Huber Group, Mazar Marshall, and the Omni Real Estate Group. And top listing group, Garvin and Duma. I've automatically dropped into radio announcer voice. You like that? The Garvin and Duma team, Kelly Fry team, the McNabbs, Market Real Estate Group, and the Real City Group. Excellent. Look at Ron listing. Really got to list the names. And the nominees for the 2019 Rookie of the Year, ROY, are Brendan, Kim, Shirag, Janet, Mona, and Trish. So, and then we're also going to announce the recipients for the Big Kahuna Awards. The top achiever under 30, the top achiever, which is the person who made the most money. It's real estate. What's going to happen if you are, if you're a nominee, you may receive a delivery throughout the day, throughout that hour. So make sure you're home. Let us know where you are because we would hate for you to miss out. But yeah, there may be delivery people running around doing random stuff. Cool. That's what I got. Keep calm, sell real estate. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay chill. And we will see you all tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Be there. Cheers. Have a great day, everybody.
Cheers. Thanks, Ron. Bye, everyone.